Stop petting him right now. If the fur on his back just gave a slight twitch, you're 1 second away from a full-blown attack. And the worst part, you're going to think it's his fault. We've been conditioned to believe cats are unpredictable creatures, that they're bipolar. 1 minute they're all cuddly, the next they're biting your hand off. But that out of nowhere doesn't exist in their world. There's a silent code unfolding right in front of you, and you're ignoring every single word of it. What I'm about to show you will make you look at your cat and want to apologize, because you've spent your entire life misinterpreting their signals. If you want to stop getting attacked and finally understand what they're feeling, hit that subscribe button. You know that moment when your cat flops onto the floor? They show their belly. They roll from side to side. Your immediate reaction is to dive right into that fluffy fur. 2 seconds later, your hand is caught in a trap of claws and teeth. You think they tricked you. You think it was a setup. But the truth is, they never asked for a belly rub. For a cat, showing their belly is the ultimate sign of trust, not an invitation. When you touch them there, you shatter that trust. They feel violated. Their irritation starts the exact moment your finger touches their fur. But that's not the weirdest part. There's something they do with their tail that's a ticking time bomb warning. A lot of people think a wagging tail means happiness. Like a dog. Forget about it. If the tip of their tail is twitching or flicking, they're conflicted. They're trying to decide whether to bolt from you or attack. It's sensory overload. Their brain is screaming, enough already. But you're still there, thinking it's cute. And this leads to something that happens when you're watching TV and they sit next to you. They don't touch you. They keep their back to you. You try to pull them closer. At that moment, their ears make an almost invisible movement. They rotate slightly backward. It's not the obvious airplane ears everyone knows. It's a minimal rotation. This is called a threat radar. They've stopped relaxing and started monitoring you. If your cat does this when you try to cuddle them, comment below. Mine's the master of ice. But there's a detail almost no one notices. You know when they start frantically licking themselves after you've been petting them. You think they're just cleaning themselves. Oh, they want to get my scent off. Could be. But if they're licking themselves too fast, in random spots, that's got another name. Displacement behavior. It's like they're so annoyed and frustrated that their brain short circuits. They don't know what to do with the irritation, so they lick. It's the human equivalent of tapping your foot impatiently when you're nervous. They're trying to calm themselves down because you've pushed them past their limit. And it gets even weirder when you notice their gaze. Ever notice when their pupils suddenly dilate? Even with plenty of light in the room. Those huge black orbs. At that moment, their nervous system has entered fight or flight mode. They're no longer seeing you as the owner who hands out treats. They're seeing you as a stimulus that needs to be neutralized. If you insist on petting them now, the strike is coming. But the most disturbing signal of all isn't physical. It's auditory. And no, I'm not talking about a growl. I'm talking about purring. Yes, you heard that right. Your cat can be deeply irritated or stressed and purr at the same time. Purring releases endorphins. They do it to try and calm themselves down. It's a self-soothing mechanism. If they're purring with tense ears and a thumping tail, they're not happy. They're having an anxiety attack because of you. This happens when you don't even realize it. You think you're being awesome, but you're psychologically torturing the poor furball. If you've ever felt like your cat just acts weird out of nowhere, you need to understand what's next. A cat's irritation isn't like ours. It's cumulative. They store it up. One wrong stroke here. A loud noise there. A new perfume you sprayed. Until the moment of the love bite arrives. You know that little nip that doesn't break the skin, but it's firm? A lot of people think it's a kiss. It's not. It's a warning. Stop now, or the next one's for real. It's the absolute limit of their patience. And almost no one notices that right before that bite, They stop breathing for a second. They freeze. If your cat does this when you're distracted, they're giving you a chance. They're being incredibly patient with your cluelessness. And here's the twist no one tells you. Why do they get annoyed by affection if they came to ask for it? It's hypersensitivity syndrome. Cats' nervous systems are simply too sensitive. Affection that starts out good turns into pain in a matter of seconds. It's like someone tickling you for half an hour. At first, you laugh. Then you want to punch them. Your cat feels exactly that. They're not aggressive. They're just feeling physical pain because of your excessive affection. That changes everything, doesn't it? You start to realize they're not a villain. They're a victim of our lack of observation. But there's one signal that's the climax of silent irritation. The unblinking stare. If your cat is staring you down, rigid body, and they're not blinking, they're challenging you. In the feline world, staring is a declaration of war. If they do this while you're talking to them, they're asking for distance. They want space. The biggest mistake you can make is trying to make up by picking them up at that moment. That's what causes the worst accidents. Maybe your cat isn't weird. Maybe they're not treacherous. Maybe you just never bothered to read the subtitles they write with their body. At the end of the day, their irritation is a plea for respect. When they pull away, they're preserving your friendship. When they give you that little pat without claws, they're educating you. They're trying to teach you to be a better human. Next time you approach them, don't just look at their fur. Look at the base of their tail. Look at the angle of their ears. Feel the rhythm of their purr. If you learn to read these signals, you'll never get a random bite again. Because you'll discover that your cat talks to you all the time. You're the one who is deaf. Comment, I watched till the end, if you now feel like you owe your furry overlord an apology. Like this video and send it to that friend of yours who always has scratched up arms. They need to know this before their cat completely loses it. But what no one tells you is the weight of that responsibility for them. While you're resting, their brain stays on high alert. They're not just watching you in the dark because they're being weird. They're making sure you wake up alive. In the wild world that still lives inside them, silence is the most dangerous moment of all. And they chose to carry that burden for you, without ever asking for a thank you. Maybe your cat isn't cold or indifferent. Maybe they're the only one in your house who truly understands what absolute loyalty means. That fixed gaze that used to scare you now makes sense. When they finally blink slowly at you, the cycle closes. They're not just saying they love you. They're saying they can finally rest because they've entrusted their very life to you. And it's in that moment that your perception changes forever. You were never their owner. You were always the family they swore to protect, no matter the cost. If you watched this far, it means you like this deep dive. Leave a comment saying I watched till the end, so I can get to know you and see who truly loves the stories here on the channel. Like this video to help the channel, and share it with someone who has a cat and still hasn't figured out what's really going on under their own roof.